Today, a review of 5 of the courses we visited.
That's right, we're going to. They have a gorgeous casino, everything from fine dining to a spa and fitness center.
I can imagine what it's like here, say, late September, early October, fall, the change of colors. It's awesome.
Arnold Palmer met his first wife, Winnie, here.
Met his first wife here.
Yeah.
You know the history of that?
There's a lot more to do after your tea time, and that goes for the whole family.
Definitely one of the 3 great Hall of Fames in America. I've been to a lot.
Hi again, everybody, and welcome to Inside Golf. Along with Colleen Wolfe, I'm Harry Donahue. You know, recently we were in the Pocono Mountains, and today a review of 5 of the courses we visited.
That's right, we're going to Mount Airy, which has a great new casino, Skytop, which is a beautiful resort with that great old hotel, and Buck Hill, and come on, Buck Hill has Tom O'Malley there, so there's not much more to say about that.
Yeah, oh, except that she gets a lesson from Tom. And the other 2 courses that we're reviewing today are Shawnee on the Delaware and Woodloch Springs. Now, you talk about a contrast. Shawnee on the Delaware is an island golf layout right in the middle of the Delaware River, so it's relatively flat. However, we're also going to take a look at Woodloch Springs, which is a hilly, almost mountainous golf course with peaks and valleys. We'll be back with those 5 as our review of Pocono Mountain Golf continues on Inside Golf.
Inside Golf is brought to you by the Pocono Mountain Visitors Bureau. Life's greater in the Pocono Mountains. Yingling, America's oldest brewery. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, where America goes to play. Visit online at phillytomyrtle.com. And by the Philadelphia Section PGA, celebrating 90 years.
The Philadelphia section of the PGA of America is celebrating 90 years. Since 1921, the professionals of the Philadelphia section have proven themselves to be the players, teachers, managers, and stewards of the game of golf in the Philadelphia area. They are the experts in the game and business of golf. Please join us in celebrating our 90-year commitment to the game of golf.
In a crowd of light beers, how long does it take to find the Yingling Light Lager? About that long. 99 calories, 100% authentic lager. Yingling Light Lager. Rethink your light beer.
During your stay in the Poconos, make sure you stop by Mount Airy Casino Resort and Golf Club. They have a gorgeous casino with everything from fine dining to a spa and fitness center. And on the course, Chris Zelinka is going to take us around to some of his favorite holes.
Well, some of the best assets here at Mount Airy, obviously, our golf course is a championship caliber golf course, playing about 6,800 yards from the tips. Challenging holes, flat uphill greens, 9,000 square foot to 3,500 square foot.
When Mount Airy Golf Club opened in 1980, it was special in the fact that designer Hal Purdy wanted the absolute best 18 holes all in one location.
They followed the concept of designing every hole at Mount Airy Golf Club after Sports Illustrated's best 18 holes of the USA. Holes from all across the country, Augusta, Pine Valley, Marion, and Pebble Beach, with a variety of others. The golf course itself is a gorgeous golf course with a lot of elevation changes and a lot of views of the Pocono region. Water hazards through man-made ponds and streams that run throughout the golf course make it very challenging. A lot of bunkers. I think we have well into the 96 in bunkers and sand traps and on the golf course, so there's definitely a lot of challenge out there.
In addition to the championship golf course, Mount Airy Golf Club is the only course in the area with a casino resort right on property. Featuring a variety of over 2,400 of the latest slot machines and table games, fine dining, and a nightclub and lounge, Mount Airy provides an endless array of entertainment for guests. Once you've reached VIP status, the Players Club offers many exclusive benefits, offers, and comps. And with a AAA 4-diamond rating, there's no need to feel guilty about playing all day and staying all night.
What we see a lot of in Mount Airy are people that might have played here back in the 80s and 90s, or people that have been here on their honeymoon and they look to come back to see what the facility looks like today and you know, realizing that the old hotel is no longer in place, being replaced with a big, gorgeous, beautiful casino resort. They definitely want to get back to see the changes we've made, and the golf course again went through some renovation process in 2010. We are completed, we're at great shape at this point, and we'd love to see you all come out to Mount Airy Golf Club.
Our tour of Pocono Golf continues. Today we're at Skytop, and our host pro is Brian Boyle. Brian, thanks for having us.
Thanks for having me.
Talk a little bit about this place. When did it open as a golf course?
Opened 1928. Robert White was the designer here, first president of the PGA. He's done a number of courses in the area here, Water Gap Country Club being another one, and you'll see his course design. The greens are small, fairways pretty wide. You see some mounding around the fairways. Bunkers are on the right and left, but the key thing here is that the greens are very small.
Now, was Robert White a Pennsylvania guy? Was he from this
No,
area
he's
of the country?
from Scotland
Oh,
originally.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he came over here like a lot of Scottish architects did, and
Made his
made
living.
a nice living.
Yep. Yes, he did.
What in particular? You know, we got beautiful views, obviously vistas. You got the lake. You got right next to us here. This is number 2. You got the lodge. But what in general would you say is typical of Skytop as a golf course?
Well, for a mountain course, the fairways are pretty wide open, but there's not a lot of elevation changes like you do see in the Poconos. You know, there are some elevation changes, but not extreme, like some courses.
Brian, we're standing here at the number 10 hole, and we got water hazard. Then we got the flag there in the distance. It's about, what, a 290-yard par 4?
Right.
And obviously, you're thinking water right from Jump Street here.
You are. Water's in front of you here. It takes about a shot of 170 yards to get over the water from this men's tee here, and of course you've got water to the right, and you have trees if you hit it through the fairway. So it can be a tough hole, but at the same time it's relatively short, and some of the longer hitters can actually knock it on the green from here with a straight tee shot.
Right, and the tips are to our right, and I guess if you want to, those trees, bang it over those
Right,
trees,
just
and
knock it
that's
right
the
over the
easiest
trees.
way to get
Yep,
to the hole.
Straight line right over.
You know, we're here at Skytop, so we're actually at the top of what, about a 1,900 foot
About 1,900 feet.
elevation?
Yep.
And you don't get a lot of peaks and valleys. You get subtle changes
General
in
elevation changes.
in the
I'd say.
elevation.
Yeah, not like a lot of Pocono courses that are cut out of a mountainside or
Yeah.
whatever.
We're relatively flat for being in the midst
we
of the
are.
mountain, simply because we're on top of a
Yeah,
mountain.
that's right.
Well, Brian, thanks a lot for giving us a little bit of the history of Skytop and a look around at the golf course.
My
It's
pleasure.
been fun.
My pleasure, Harry.
You know, your season, everybody wonders in the mountains. Now we're fully underway, but normally it starts around what, April 1st or so?
April 1st, I try to get the course open. Nature doesn't always, help us out, but I shoot for April 1st, and then we go to Thanksgiving.
I can imagine what it's like here, say late September, early October,
It's
with
awesome.
the fall, the change of colors.
It's
huh?
awesome. The reds, the yellows, the oranges. It's incredible up here.
Bring your sunglasses, folks, and your camera.
That's right.
And for more on Skytop, of course, you can link up to Skytop by going to our website, which is insidegolf.net. Thanks again, Brian.
Okay, thank you.
At beautiful Woodloch Springs with head PGA professional John Pillar. John, Woodloch is celebrating its 20th anniversary this year, and so are you. So tell me a little bit about how you found yourself here and some of the things you've seen change over these past 20 years.
Well, I came here in 1992, and I'm originally from the area, so I had traveled around the country a little bit. Found myself working at a facility in the Northeast and in the Southeast down in Florida in the wintertime. And everybody had informed me about Woodloch. They were building a golf course in '92, and I didn't really want to come back. I figured I could always come back home if everything else failed. And once I got up here and saw the property, I fell in love with it and knew this was the spot for me. And the rest, as they say, is history. I've been here. This is my 20th year, and been an integral part of it, and it's been fun.
What made you fall in love with Woodloch when you first came here?
Well, I think the first thing was, which everyone else will see, is the property, the golf course itself, because that was what I was coming here for. The unique features that make Woodloch memorable are the natural surroundings, the elevation changes, our mountain vistas, but I think more importantly is some of our holes, when you finish, you'll remember each one.
As with many of the Pocono mountain golf courses, you'll find spectacular views, but there's only one Hell's Gate, hole number 14.
One of our most unique and most challenging holes is our 14th hole. It's a par 5, and it has a 220-yard carry over Hell's Gates Gourd. Everybody hits a golf shot there, so I would say, with the exception of our practice tee, that's probably the most used tee that we have on our property. But we've got 5 sets of tees that make golf playable for players of all abilities. Our conditions are immaculate, and as we said earlier, our service is our trademark, and we try and make sure each and every person, whether it's their first time here at Woodloch Springs or they're a resident here, that they have a private country club atmosphere at all times.
Whether you're coming to Woodloch for a round or just some much needed R&R, here are a few ways to make your trip to the Springs even better.
First time players, my recommendation, the first thing I would always tell them is get a yardage book. Our par 5s, which are very unique, are not all driver holes, so you want to lay up on at least 2 of them. The other 2 you can hit drivers on, but that's one of the features that we get a lot of comments on. The other one is, I try and explain to most golfers, stay below the hole. Our greens are very challenging, we have undulation, and the green speeds are moderate, but if you're above the hole, you will be challenged with some very fast putts, and 3 putts are not uncommon.
Well, John, this is our 2nd year here at Woodloch, and it's one of the northernmost courses that we visit, but it's definitely worth the drive.
Yeah, we are not right off the interstate. We are a little bit off the beaten path, but part of our charm is once you do get here, we make you feel at home and as if you remembered our club for the last 20 years.
Well, we thank you.
Thank you.
We thank Woodloch, and there's more to come on Inside Golf.
Experience what golfers voted #1 for quality, selection, and affordability. Over 100 different championship courses, including 7 of America's 100 greatest. Indulge in gourmet cuisine, pristine beaches that offer endless activities, active nightlife, and more. It's an easy drive, and affordable nonstop flights are now available from over 25 cities. Start planning your Myrtle Beach golf vacation today and request a free quick quote for the best package rates. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. It's where America goes to play.
Welcome back to Inside Golf at Buck Hill Golf Club with Tom O'Malley, head PGA professional here. Tom, I see you got the memo. We both got our red striped shirts on.
Very fine.
It's our 2nd year here. And Tom, the history is very rich here at Buck Hill. Give me a little background on it.
Colleen, in 1901, Philadelphia Quakers obtained this land and started a retreat to get out of the heat of the city. And in 1907, they built a golf course. And we happen to be standing on that 9, the red 9, the oldest 9 here at Buck Hill. One of the great features of Buck Hill is having 27 holes.
Absolutely.
It really gives us a lot of options. The scenery out here on the red course is actually my favorite part of the course. As you look around, you can see the blue course off to my right, and of course the homes and Skytop Mountain to our right here. So.
Seems like you guys are very family friendly here.
Well, we like to think of ourselves as the place to bring your kids to come play golf in the Poconos. We've just recently instituted a family golf program actually through US Kids and the PGA, where we have family tee markers, both level 1 and level 2. We have kids here golfing when they're 4 or 5 years old. We have a 2,000-yard 18-hole course set up for them. They can play 9, of course. And then when they grow up a little bit, improve their game a little bit, we have a level 2 that's running about 3,600 yards. And we have actual tee markers for them and their own scorecards.
Tom, one of the things I noticed about the course is that all 3 of your 9s are in fantastic shape.
We pride ourselves on conditions here at Buck Hill, Colleen. The red, the white, and the blue are always in great shape. The greens are very lush. The fairways, you can see as we've traveled around today, it's always in great condition.
So people can book a tee time, and you have various membership options as well.
We have a weekday package, we have a full-time package. We have a large membership here, a lot of quality club events, but we are open to the public as well. And you can virtually make tee times as public or a member most times of the day and week.
Now, what if people want to stay up here?
We have 300 plus homes here actually. A lot of our residents are members here and play, but we do have some rental properties as well. You can come up and play for the day, or you can come up and play for the week or the month. You do get playing privileges as renters here at Buck Hill as well.
And you also have a new chef here, right?
Yeah, Patrick has been great. We have a restaurant that's open every day for lunch and some dinners, and that's a great part of the whole day.
It's a good setup you have here.
I think so.
from Shawnee on the Delaware with Joe Manley, the head professional. Hi, Joe. How you doing?
Hi, welcome.
Okay, Joe, so much history. Where do we begin to talk and describe what has happened here at Shawnee on the Delaware since back in the early 1900s?
Well, we were born in 1911, so this is our 100th anniversary. There's been a ton of history here. A lot of great golfers have played here, and a lot of big celebrities have played here. Jackie Gleason has played here quite a bit, learned how to golf here. Arnold Palmer met his first wife, Winnie, here.
Met his first wife here?
Yeah.
Do you know the history of that?
Well, he was here for a golf tournament.
Back in, what, the mid-50s?
Yeah, back in the mid-50s or so, and Winnie was here with her dad, and her dad was here in the golf tournament, and they met, and by the end of the weekend, I'm almost positive that he asked her to marry him.
Now, did Arnie win the golf tournament, I wonder? You don't know.
I don't know. I think he might have got a little distracted.
Well, he got a wife out of it.
Yeah,
How about
absolutely.
that? That's amazing. And did I see, too, that Hale Irwin, who played football at the University of Colorado, but of course went on to a pretty good golf career, won the NCAA championship here back in, I think, 1967.
That's correct, yeah.
C.C. Worthington, who was the developer, and his friend A.W. Tillinghast, who went on to become a renowned golf course architect, planned this whole thing out. What visionaries they had back in those days.
Yeah, absolutely. CC had this beautiful piece of property, this large island in the middle of the Delaware River that was actually carved out by glaciers. And he had the visionary to hire A.W. Tillinghast, a friend of his, to come out and design this beautiful golf course.
And when you think about it, Joe, back in 1911, you say the 100th anniversary now, there weren't that many people playing golf. I mean, this is a great contemporary resort, let alone back in 1911.
Yeah, it's great. The location's perfect. You know, we're 70 miles from New York City, about an hour and a half from Philadelphia. You know, the vision, like you said, that he had to put this beautiful resort here on this piece of property was pretty incredible.
Well, Joe, thanks for the tour and the history of Shawnee on the Delaware. This place, I mean, we don't have enough time to explain the history of Shawnee, do we?
No, we got 100 years of history here.
Right, and from Fred Waring to Jackie Gleason, you said Mickey Mantle and the Yankees used to come over here back in the day. This was the spot for a lot of celebrities and a primo resort.
Yeah, it's a beautiful location. It was the spot, and today, 100 years later, it still is the spot. It's a great place for your outings, for weddings. We do everything here, and come on up and see us.
Yep, from 1911 to 2011, and just as nice and as picturesque as ever, Shawnee on the Delaware. Thanks to Joe Manley for being our host, and of course, for more information on Shawnee on the Delaware, you can link up by going to InsideGolf.net. Inside Golf continues in just a moment.
It's time light beer got some character. 99 calories, 100% authentic lager. Yingling Light Lager from America's oldest brewery. Rethink your light beer.
Guests of Inside Golf enjoy dining at Sin Sin, the popular Asian fusion restaurant located on Germantown Avenue in the heart of scenic Chestnut Hill.
And now it's time for Teed Off, brought to you by Yingling, America's oldest brewery.
This guy came running out of the station.
Welcome back. Inside Golf continues with Teed Off. And Teed Off today is at Edgemont Country Club in Delaware County with two guys who play a lot of golf here and another guy who probably does but won't admit to it. First, we have, to my left, Jim Lynham, longtime coach in the Philadelphia area on the college level and also in the NBA. His former teammate, gone way back to West Catholic High School, Herb McGee. He's the longtime coach at Philadelphia University, soon to be inducted into the Naismith Hall of Fame in Springfield, Mass. And Tony Leodora from Golf Talk Live and Golf Styles magazine. Now, Jimmy and Herb play a lot of golf here at Edgemont. Tony's been around the links a while too, right?
A little bit.
A little bit. Hey, Jim, this time of the year, beautiful sunshine, great to be out playing golf, but it's also vacation time for a lot of people. Maybe if you're an athletic family, you want to go to one of the Hall of Fames. And in the East Coast, we have several of them, including the Golf Hall of Fame down in Florida at St. Augustine. Have you ever been there?
No, I haven't. No, the only Hall of Fame I've ever been to was up in Springfield, Naismith.
Right, and you'll soon to be going back, I assume, right?
For my friend, Mr. Herb, who will be inducted late summer.
Absolutely. Herb, how about you? Have you been to the Golf Hall of Fame?
No, and that is something that I would like to do. Now that I really wasn't sure where it was. You say it's in St. Augustine.
St. Augustine.
I would like to do that. The only
It's about
one
an hour south of Jacksonville.
The only one I've been to has been the Basketball Hall of Fame for obvious reasons, me being a basketball coach. And one time they asked me to come up there and give a clinic to the people who were frequenting that day. So they brought a basket in, and I did some shooting for them and went around and looked at all the exhibits. And then this was right before they even built the new one, which I will be able to see this summer when I go up there in August. So I'm looking forward to that. But the Golf Hall of Fame really interests me a lot.
Well, Tony, I know you've been to the World Golf. It's the World Golf Hall of Fame, not just for the U.S. And it has, like I say, a golf course. Well, actually, 3 of them, right? Adjacent to it.
Yeah.
The Squire and the Slammer.
Squire and the Slammer.
The Golden Bear, I think.
The
Jack Nicklaus
King and the
course?
Bear. Two
King
courses
and the Bear.
right there.
Arnold.
King and the Bear is co-designed Nicholas Palmer. Squire and the Slammer, sort of commemorating Snead and Saracen.
Right. I was there the day after the Eagles Super Bowl loss a few years back when they played in Jacksonville and lost to New England. The Patriots actually were staying in a hotel right next to the Hall of Fame. They had checked out. We went down. The place was empty. And I'll tell you, it takes about, without a lot of crowd, it takes about an hour. And they have things in there you wouldn't believe. Little artifacts and memorabilia from some of the greats of the game.
It's definitely one of the 3 great Hall of Fames in America. I've been to a lot of them, believe it or not. Of course, Cooperstown is just an iconic place, and the whole town is amazing. And I've been there a couple times. I've been there many times. I've been there a couple times for inductions. Tommy Lasorda, Harry Callis, and I'm sure I'll be back in another year or so for Mike Piazza. But the World Golf Hall of Fame is equally as good. I mean, really terrific. And you won't believe which one was when I say the 3 best in America. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland is absolutely awesome.
That's a different sport.
Could not get out of there. It was terrific.
Herb, now, a lot of times they ask Hall of Famers to donate something personal. Has the Basketball Hall of Fame asked anything from you?
Pick out 5 memorabilia.
Really?
So they asked if they would have the jacket or shirt and tie, which I don't wear to games, so that was out. So, but there are a bunch of things.
What do you wear, like a windbreaker sweater?
Yeah, I would wear that or something like I have on now.
Or maybe the clip from today. Probably you'd like to have that.
I'm going to send that over.
Shave that mustache and donate that.
Well, Jimmy, you go back so many years with Herbie. Is there anything that you feel should be donated to the Hall of Fame that maybe you have in your possession or could recommend?
Well, maybe this is a story. Herb gave a clinic over in Italy, and he gave a shooting demonstration. So, he made like, I think they were counting, like 72 straight shots. So at the end of the clinic, this guy came running out of the stands, and he grabbed Herb with his shooting, his right arm, and he starts shaking his arm, speaking in Italian. And Herb turned to the guy and said, "What did he say?" He says, "For your right arm, I give 100 million lira." so I think Herb, if he could somehow get that right arm, donate that to the Hall.
Yeah, he was probably, you were probably like debating a little bit, right?
That's a true story. It was a lot of fun.
You could still coach it with one arm, right?
It was a lot of fun. I thought you were going to ask me who would my foursome would be. My ideal
Hall of Fame foursome? Go ahead.
I'll tell you right now. One guy's here. The other guy's no longer with us, Bo Chang, Jimmy Boyle, who, if I played out here 6 or 7 years, I joined because he was here. And if I played out here 50 times a summer, I played with him 49 times.
Whose ashes, by the way, let me interrupt, are right down here on number 17.
Yeah,
And guess who gave him his first golf lesson?
Go ahead. Wow.
And there's one more.
Right down at Cobb's Creek there.
Who I consider one of the great human beings of all time, and that's Arnold Palmer. If someone said, if you want to meet this guy or want to meet that guy, if somebody ever said to me, would you like to meet Arnold Palmer, I would go today and fly to wherever he is. So that would be quite a course.
100 million lira, right?
No. And my partner would be Arnold Palmer, by the way.
Okay, yeah, who didn't know that? Inside Golf continues in just a moment.
Teed Off has been taped on location at the historic Edgemont Country Club on Westchester Pike, a private club that caters to the community for weddings, outings, parties, and meetings. Find out more about the club that has hosted everyone from Bob Hope to Ed Doherty at Edgemont.com.
The Philadelphia section of the PGA of America is celebrating 90 years. Since 1921, the professionals of the Philadelphia section have proven themselves to be the players, teachers, managers, and stewards of the game of golf in the Philadelphia area. They are the experts in the game and business of golf. Please join us in celebrating our 90-year commitment to the game of golf.
Colleen Wolf's wardrobe is provided by Adidas, the leader in men's and women's apparel for the athletic golfer.
The courses may get you to the Poconos, but once you arrive, there's a lot more to do after your tea time, and that goes for the whole family. For over 2 decades, the Christmas Factory has been a year-round destination stop for the holidays. General Manager Jennifer O'Hay recently decided it was time to add a little twist to their inventory.
The Christmas Factory has been here for over 20 years, and this year we have decided to introduce Too Charming, which is a ladies' fashion jewelry and accessories store. We have thousands of necklaces, earrings, bracelets, rings, handbags, anything that anyone would want to dress up and just have fun trying things on even.
And with the new addition, be sure not to overlook the incredible selection right next door in the Christmas Factory.
We're a complete Christmas store, so you can go from the ground up, from the lights to the decorations to the ribbons and table pieces. We carry theme trees from a woodland theme to a modern black and white theme, and every year the themes will change. People should come to the Christmas Factory and Too Charming for great pricing and for the best selection that they can get anywhere.
Another stop in the Poconos with great selection is the Casino Theater, and that's because of their over 60 flavors of Hershey's ice cream. Fit with a movie theater, malt and sandwich shop, arcade room, and mini golf course, you might have a problem picking exactly what you want to do at this Pocono destination. The original casino was a nightclub in 1922, and today it houses 2 theaters with a combined seating of about 300. So during your stay in the Poconos, grab some dinner, a show, and maybe even a sundae to make your trip extra sweet.
So Harry, that's the great thing about the Poconos.
Absolutely.
They have not only fantastic golf, but so many attractions. You have the Casino Theater, Too Charming, and the Christmas shop.
And you know what they say about Christmas shopping, it's never too early. And
not.
it's Christmas in July.
That's right.
It's right on us now. And for all the information on Inside Golf,
go to InsideGolf.net and make sure you get that discount card. It's a really great deal, and we have all of the details right on our website.
Now next week on Inside Golf, a return trip to Pocono Manor, and that means Greg Wall, son of the late Art Wall, winner of the Masters back in the late 50s. Always a pleasure to see Greg here on Inside Golf. Remember folks, no matter how bad it's going for you out there, don't pick up. For Colleen Wolf, I'm Harry Donahue. We'll see you next time on Inside Golf.
Inside Golf has been brought to you by the Pocono Mountain Visitors Bureau. Life's greater in the Pocono Mountains. Yingling, America's oldest brewery. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, where America goes to play. Now fly nonstop on Spirit Airlines. Details at phillytomyrtle.com. And by the Philadelphia Section PGA, celebrating 90 years.